This is your before and after story. Prepare for an incredible career in nursing. At Southeastern College, experience expert hands-on training. Learn real-world skills in our professional lab and simulated settings. And train for opportunities as a practical nurse, registered nurse, or career advancement with our RN to BSN program. At Southeastern College, your future is bright. Visit sec.edu to get started.
That is not crumpling paper. That is your loud tent mate. That's so annoying, isn't it? We've all been there. What can be done about it? Well, now there's the Blubber Brother. Touch a button and watch them be encased in a blubber foam all around their sleeping bag and their body. All the noise canceled. Check it out at blubberbrother.quiet. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? This is Derek, and with me today is the only man to dig up his number 2 and wipe it all over the tents to keep the animals from coming into camp barehanded. Carl Mandrioli. I don't know why he still does it. It's disgusting. Don't ever shake his hand.
I'm embarrassed for your grossness. I'm embarrassed for you.
Don't ever shake his hand, you guys.
Okay. Welcome to the Backpackers Podcast. Brought to you by Enlightened Equipment, makers of the best ultralight quilts on the market. Check them out at enlightenedequipment.com. With me today is Derek Somerville, a man who always finds candy laying around at playgrounds. He calls them recess pieces.
Wow, that was horrible. I hope people troll you on that one.
Yeah, yours is way better with digging up your number pieces. 2. That really brought people in. That welcomed them to the show.
I'm just telling them what I've seen every week. I'm telling them my personal experiences. Vulnerability creates bonds, compassion. None of these puns about recess pieces.
That was a lot of vulnerability. Thank you for
changing my life with recess pieces. That was so good. I'm hungry.
Pieces, recess
my
pieces.
Bad. That's my fault. I tried to make it better. I couldn't do it. We got a fun one today. This is going to be
power rankings. Power rankings.
I'm sure we'll have disagreements. It's totally fine. But we're going to see where we lie. Our allegiances lie. A lie?
Not just ours, but everybody's out there. So I kind of polled a large audience to find out kind of where things ranked based on the feedback they gave. And you're familiar with power rankings, right?
Yeah, like the sports teams, Carl.
Yeah.
The power rank. Do you watch sports? You a sports guy?
Sometimes, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. And people are typically, they're looking for okay, who's up top, but then something that they're a fan of, where does that one rank? And we're not going down a list of 20 or 30. What we're going to do is we're going to do a top 2 for each of us and a top 2 from the masses and then a bottom 1. So I feel like that's going to cover a lot of ground.
Yeah.
There's so many things for all these different categories with freeze-dried food, outdoor brands, luxury items. There's just so much to cover that we're just not going to cover all the ground if we just and nobody wants to hear us listing off forever. Then there's this one, and there's this one. So we're just covering the top. We're gonna kind of hit the highlights here.
Highlights. Right? We're gonna give you some highlights.
Yeah,
give me some highlights today. It's gonna be good.
How hard was this for you?
Actually, this was pretty easy. This prep took me not that long.
The difference between backpacking world power rankings and sports power rankings, I feel like sports is. It's very subjective. So is ours, but typically when you see teams, they're this team's towards the top. And then at the end of the season, a lot of the teams don't do very well. And it's just it's kind of all for nothing. Whereas a lot of the ones that are coming up today, I think, have stood the test of time and legitimately should be towards the top. Would you agree?
I would think so. But yeah, I think, I found the easiest part to coming up with my bottom, the bottom one was, those just popped in my head immediately.
So when I was what do you like about freeze-dried food? You're actually, I hate this one. That was your response?
I hate that one, yeah. No, but for the top 2, I could have, I picked 2 for each one, obviously, but I could have swapped it out with another 2 or 3 that I think are
if you want to add a couple more, if you want to give honorable mentions, fine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't be shy. Okay.
I might. Thank you.
So, okay, now let's just talk in general here. What is your number 1 power ranking for any brand, any product, backpacking related or not, anything in the world? What's your number 1?
My number 1 power rank. That's a broad question.
I know. And it's really hard to answer unless I told you about it ahead of time, which I did.
Yours is Lululemon, I know. So I'm going to leave it at that.
Dude, I got some info on Lululemon actually.
Do you really?
Yeah, we'll talk in a minute about it.
My top brand, I'm gonna say it's one of my tops. Obviously, we could go on all day, but I think one of my tops is Hurley, the Hurley clothing brand.
Whoa, okay.
Yeah, I just like a lot of the stuff
Just like
they
that
have.
brand?
Yeah, I just always gravitated towards it. I like a lot of their stuff.
Like, what do you have of theirs?
I got jackets. I got swim trunks. I got t-shirts. I got
Pajama pants.
No pajama pants. Let's not get crazy. I bought like backpacks from them. So I mean, I bought wetsuits from them. So I find myself going back to them over and over again.
And they're all good.
They're all good. For me, I mean, I like them all. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what about you?
Okay.
Other than Lulu, what do you?
I had a hard time thinking about this because I feel like every brand has something that's like really good, you love it, and then one's kind of like a, kind of a pooper and not as good.
Your wife, wait. Your wife texted me your favorite brand was Sleep Number mattress. Is that?
That sounds real. She texts you a lot.
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, in this case,
Why? Where in the world did that come from? Like, what are you even talking about right now?
I didn't think a mattress would be your top.
It's not
Your top thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you like to be lazy and sleep a lot, but come on.
I get accused of that a lot. That's surprising, huh?
It's either Lulu, Fabletics, or Sleep Number mattress.
Nice. That's what you
and is there another one I don't know about?
Okay. My number one brand is, and I talked about this in the show, but not for a while, is Nathan, which is a running brand, and specifically the running vests. They kind of were the first one to really revolutionize the market to make the running vests, at least the ones that I experienced, where they kind of fit perfectly. And people wear them for hiking, of course, as well, where you can have like quick access to things like your phone or snacks or whatever, drinks, anything. And they make the best fitting ones, and I've been using their running vests for a decade.
Okay. That's great. I think you got to be a little careful when you say Nathan is my favorite brand, though, because there's also, yes, you need to add an S to it, but there's Nathan's hot dogs.
Hot dogs, right.
So is that part of, is that all encompassed?
No, because now we're going to go down a rabbit hole that I don't think we want to go down, but I think that the hot dog eating contest, which is sponsored by Nathan's, is one of the most absurd things that happens in America.
I did see a video of 2,000 people doing human dominoes. That was pretty bad too. So,
okay. But that's not like wasting
it's
food, where they literally just like chow down on the food and then they throw it up afterwards. So
super healthy.
I don't think our target audience is our professional eaters, but if so, we probably lost them because this is embarrassing. This is embarrassing for America that we have that. That's my opinion.
Okay. Wow, noted. Let the trolling begin. Yeah.
Really.
Okay.
Lululemon, here's what's funny about it is I've been like on the hunt for the perfect short, like for running, for backpacking. And when I look at top rated shorts, Lululemon for men come up. And there's no stinking way I would buy that brand, but they keep on coming up in search results and like rankings on various websites, backpacking sites, trail running sites, whatever. And I didn't even know, when I think of the brand Lululemon, I think of like women's stuff. And so it surprised me they made med stuff.
Yeah.
And even if it's the number one best short ever, because it's called Lululemon, I can't buy that. I just can't buy it.
That's your own issue, though. I have some of the best pants I have are Lululemon pants. They're
whoa. You're making fun of me about a brand that you own? What world are you in right now?
I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying I think you have an insecurity with Lululemon. That's all I'm saying. They have a men's line.
I don't have an insecurity. I'm just telling you, like, I'm not going to buy their stuff.
Because it sounds silly. It sounds silly.
I'm a masculine dude, and if you want to kind of delve into feminine clothing products, then that's your issue, not mine.
I don't dabble about it. If it's good, it's good. Like if it's, they have a men's thing. I have, what do I have? Somebody give me a gift card. I got one of the best shirts I own.
Who gave you the gift card? What kind of friend is that?
It's just a friend. Why are you so anti-Lulu? If it's good, it's good. Who cares?
It's great for women. Do you have Lululemon leggings?
No, I don't have leggings. I have a pants. Sure? I have pants and I have a couple of shirts, and they're great. Are
the pants skin tight? Those are called leggings.
No, they're not skin tight.
Okay.
Are you okay? I don't think you're secure right now. I'm worried about you. I think you need to see my pants and you'll be like, you know what, Derek? I was wrong. Maybe I should try these on.
Let us know. Is it okay? Is it generally like if you have a friend that has Lululemon clothing on, are you proud to have that dude as a friend?
Wow.
That's the question. Yeah.
Don't feel judged at all, guys. Tell me what you really think.
I'm asking a question that people can respond.
Oh, there's a question, and then there's like the question below the question. You know what I mean? So,
all right. We got our power rankings, and then also coming up with tidbits. I have a quick review on something that Derek literally refused to try and to review. So we'll get to that. So that's coming up.
Yes. Okay.
Bible verse is Isaiah 40:29. He gives power to the faint, and to him who has no might, he increases strength. So Derek, besides every single backpacking trip, when was a time you felt weak and powerless?
Besides every backpack, that's cute. Oh, Reese's Pieces, where are you now? When did I feel strong? What was this question?
Weak and powerless.
I got weak and powerless. Let's see. When I had food poisoning and I could barely get out of bed and I had pee butt for like 3 days.
Wait, for 3 days? What kind of food poisoning was that? Oh my god,
dude, it was bad, dude. It was bad.
I've never had food, like 24 hours at most. What did you eat? Like, are you just like chowing down on raw chicken? What is that?
It was chicken, actually. It was chicken out of commission.
Okay.
I'm gonna say over 3 days. I was just like couldn't get it back to neutral. I mean, it took me a minute. Neutral. Just the stomach was in pain.
That's a great answer.
The booty was, I could go into more detail, but it's family friendly, so I'm gonna leave it there. But yeah, it was brutal. Okay. So yeah,
I don't think that stopped you before.
Well, we're all human beings.
Well, thanks for playing the game. Let's get to the power rankings.
Power
we got all right.
You go first today.
Okay, so top 2 favorites each category. You can mention honorable mentions, bottom for each category, and then we'll share what the masses said. Yeah. All right, so here we go. I picked 3 things.
What are your top 2
to cover? So if
we're doing,
so if we like this topic, we might do this again with different things, different categories.
Yeah.
We got
okay.
All right, start with freeze dried food.
What do you got?
What you got?
No, you 2. Top 2. Go. Let's see what you got.
Peak refuel is my number 1. I should have done more of like a number 2 than number 1, but peak refuel is tops. Specifically, like the coconut curry, the chicken coconut curry. I love that one. That's kind of my go-to favorite one. I feel like you need to add a little bit of salt to it, but it's just I'm never dissatisfied with that at the end of a hard backpacking day. And then I was introduced to Pinnacle, I want to say about a year ago, and Pinnacle is, I think you've tried this, Derek. I don't know that I like all of theirs, but there's a couple chicken ones which are amazing. So they have some of the best ones. So they could even be like a 1A, 1B.
Pinnacle.
Those are my tops.
Okay.
And then
we're waiting for the bottom.
Some other ones.
You got any other ones you want to throw in there?
I want you to share your tops before I share my bottom.
I'm surprised you didn't say, okay, well, my number 2 was Peak. My number 2 was Peak. I love Peak. They have quality, hearty, good amounts, chickens, a lot of stuff.
Calories.
Like a lot.
Is there any that stand out to you? Any particular one?
Not really. I mean, I like a lot of them. I don't know. I mean, I think I had...
People like the biscuits and gravy a lot. They like the pork.
I had a chicken one that was delish. They just taste good. They all taste like quality, right?
Amazing.
My number 1 was actually Packet Gourmet. I love Packet Gourmet, mainly the chicken tortilla soup. It's so good. I'll get to.
Why haven't you bought that then? Like we had that years ago now, and I don't think
I have
bought it since.
I have it for the next trip. I'm bringing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I love it.
So did you get the tortilla soup then?
I did. It's coming.
Is that I feel like that's not enough calories. Isn't that that's like under 500 calories?
I have it paired with another meal. So I'll probably do like a risotto or something like that.
It's an expensive one, and I think they're on Amazon now too, right?
I believe, yes, they are. They are on Amazon.
They weren't before.
Those are my 2 probably posts. I do remember the Pinnacle you gave me that was good, but I don't think I've had enough of it to be like, this is top 2.
Okay, that's fair.
And
honestly, like Derek probably would have said Backpackers Pantry had they still been making the salmon pesto, but now they are dead to
that
him,
would have been top spot. That alone would have been a top spot.
The worst ones, I had a really hard time picking just one for the worst because one has like horrendously the worst meal I've ever had. And then the other one isn't like horrendous, but none of their meals are good.
I wonder if we'll have the same one.
Okay, well, I've already talked about this before, but ReadyWise makes a spicy Asian noodles that was so bad that I actually, even though I was hungry, I took a couple bites and then I put it into the campfire, which was very controversial because people were suggesting it would attract bears. But again, we were in Colorado where bears are skittish and the bears didn't come. It got consumed in the fire, so calm down, everybody. And then I found out last year that John Kelly's like, I found a ReadyWise that fits with whatever diet he was on at the time. John Kelly from the Backpacking Podcast. And I'm like, whatever you got for ReadyWise, I hope it wasn't the spicy Asian noodles. Sure enough, that's what he got. And then his ended up in the fire. He's like, this is horrible. And he even brought stuff to add to it. So
Really?
Yeah, so that's the worst.
Oh, he brings like spices and stuff, doesn't he?
I think he brought like even like dehydrated like chicken. I don't know what he did. I don't.
Wow.
I was only half listening, and it was a year ago. So anyway, so that's the word. And then and I've never had anything good from Ready Wise. They've made some pro meals that I think are. I shouldn't say that. They made some pro meals that are decent, but I just like sampled them at the outdoor retailer show. But the worst one where like none of their food is good and they've been around since like we were kids is Alpine Air.
Oh, yeah.
I think they made some new ones that are supposed to be good recently, but none of them that I've ever had I like. So I'm not really willing to take the risk on because they're kind of
I do remember
expensive.
that. My low ball it's just Mountain House. I just don't like it. It's gross.
Really?
It just tastes like
all of them are gross.
it just tastes like bland to me. It just tastes kind of bleh. I don't know why. Maybe I just burned. Maybe
I feel like Mountain House is like the definition of middle of the road.
Maybe I'm not gonna say it's gross. If I had to eat Mountain House,
you just did.
Well, okay, it is gross. I think it's just like once you've had like Pinnacles, Peaks, Packet, and you go back to Mountain House, you're like, oh, like chicken and rice Mountain House.
I think they have some bad ones for sure. But I think they have some good ones. Like when I first started backpacking, I still like their lasagna. They've come out with some new ones. They have a chicken enchilada, which is amazing. They came out with a pepperoni pizza, which is kind of like a different version of their lasagna, which I like still. So I'm actually bringing that one on the next trip, to be honest. So it's not my top, but I still like it.
Okay, maybe give me a bite. I want to be the chicken enchilada. You said? Is that what you said? I
didn't get the enchilada. I got the pepperoni pizza one, so you can have a bite of that one.
So maybe they have revamped their quality then?
Kind of, but I met with them at a media show recently, and I warned them. I said, get rid of that shrimp fried rice. That's the worst. That's one of the worst meals I've ever had. And they just smiled and were like, we'll talk about it. I don't think I have a whole lot of power in that regard, speaking of power rankings.
And it's still in the stores.
Yeah, and so is chicken and rice. And there's multiple brands that make chicken and rice, and I just think, why would you spend $13 to $18 on chicken and rice? That's so boring and you're getting price gouged. So we had some interesting answers we had a really good answer, I think.
Oh, yeah.
For the masses, okay?
Masses, yeah. What are the masses?
We had a really good answer for the worst backpacking meal. And there's actually like evidence to support this. So, okay, their top ones, they also had Peak Refuel. They had that. That was number one biggest answer. Second most popular answer was Pinnacle.
Oh.
Third most popular answer was Backpacker's Pantry.
Really?
Packet didn't even come up. Yeah, Packet didn't come up. Kind of interesting.
Really?
So I put this out to like a couple 100,000 folks on the socials, and these are the answers they gave.
Can we trust it then? Has everybody had Packet?
I think so.
Maybe they need to have more Packet.
Oh no, there's some people were mentioning brands I'd never heard of before. So there's so many brands out there now. It's hard to keep track of them all. But here's the fourth place. Very interesting answer. Kind of like the highbrow, like I don't even eat freeze-dried meals. I dehydrate my own meals. So thank you for taking the time to answer and tell us that you are not participating in this survey.
I'm gagging on the bouginess right now, Carl. I can't.
So I do that too sometimes, but if somebody's asking you what your favorite freeze-dried food meal is, I'm not going to be like, well, actually, I don't lower myself to that standard. I'm not going to answer that.
I cold soak everything, guys. So.
Do you have friends that are that way? You're like, hey, so what's your favorite car? Actually build my own cars.
Those are the people I don't talk to.
Or whatever you ask them.
Those are the people.
You know, like, what's your favorite restaurant? I'm a gourmet chef, so I make my own food 100% of the time, like that person.
It's kind of like, it's more subtle than that, though. It's like, hey, what did you think about this movie? Well, movies like that are just like, not really my genre. And furthermore, this is what, like, I'm not talking to them anymore. Like, it's just like, just answer the question. Let's have some fun.
We're no longer friends. Get out of here.
Do you like a good action movie? Like a good fight scene? Like, what do you like? But they, just want to be better than everybody.
So if you dehydrate your own meals, I do too. And I'm proud of you. That's awesome. But sometimes you don't have time and you just grab a freeze-dried food meal for dinner, for breakfast, whatever. It's fine. Do that. That's great.
How about just answer the question?
Yeah.
How about that? Let's go on to outdoor. All right. Outdoor.
Their worst one.
Oh, for the masses, worst one. Yeah, go.
I don't think you've tried this brand, but this brand is like all of their meals are rated like 2 stars or under on the REI website, and that is Trailtopia.
Ugh. And they're still in business?
I don't know how, man, because they're still selling on REI. I actually met the owner of this company. Super nice guy. So I so wanted to like his meals. And then I had one, and it was kind of like Alpine Air. Like, it wasn't horrendous. It just wasn't great. but you're spending so much money, you want something that's great, right?
Yeah.
So
That's
there you
it.
go.
What was his thought on the whole? Was he kind of like,
His thought was like,
we're making money.
This is how, dude, to be honest, this is how all these freeze-dried food companies come out. Like, there's always new ones. And what they say is like, you know what? Like, I think I can do better. And we tried this, and I tried my own recipes, and all my friends said that these were amazing and way better than what they've had. So I'm in business now. And that's kind of his backstory.
Okay.
And it worked. I mean, he's an REI, so whatever his story was worked.
People are buying them, clearly.
Yeah.
Interesting. Outdoor brands?
Outdoor brands.
Outdoor brands.
Just to clarify, outdoor brands, these are companies that don't just make one thing. They have to make multiple things.
Okay, so number 2, I don't know. I have a lot. I mean, I put number 2, actually, I put as Cool, Kuhl, clothing company.
Okay.
They make like bags. They make fleeces, jackets, pants, shirts, men's and women's. Lululemon, but just
better than Lululemon, you're saying.
So just
better
a cooler name, Cool. So you feel better about yourself, I guess. Anyway,
you're hitting the sweet spot, man. Everybody out there's like nodding their heads, like that would be in my top 2 as well.
Oh, brother. Anyway, I have these pants from Cool that I have had for over, I don't know, 10 years. I love these pants. They're so perfect. They dry quick. They feel great. They're durable.
Are they the zip off ones where you can like?
No. I had all that crud before. No, these don't zip off, but they're just durable and they're good and they're comfortable. So
the zip off, when you wear the zip off pants, you're really only a couple pieces of gear away from being a fake ranger.
That's true. As I was saying that to you, there was a spider crawling up my wall, so I got a little distracted. But we're gonna move on. So that's number 2. Number 1 for me. I mean, I could have gone so many different ways. I could have gone Big Agnes. I could have gone Marmot. I actually went with REI because I bought a lot of gear from them, like sleeping bags, sleeping mats, water filter, like just a lot of stuff. I think maybe, and I still have a lot of it, and it's still in good shape, and it's still great.
Wow.
So
okay.
I know there's tons of brands. I like REI. I mean, REI's got some good stuff, but I could have gone Big Agnes with the tent. Like our tent is, how long has it lasted that you wanted to sell, and we still keep it because it's so great, and it's lighthtweight and it's wonderful, even though you hate it.
Yeah, pushing 8-9 years, something like that.
Yeah, so there's that. I don't know. I could go on. I don't know. There's a lot of good, but so those are probably 2. But I have others too.
Okay, nice.
What do you got? You got
I got
Camelback?
Enlightened Equipment.
Oh,
not just because we're the Enlightened Equipment podcast, but because they make the top quilts, like we already mentioned.
Okay.
And I've been using their Torrid jacket, and I've like in comparing weights to some like the Decathlon down jacket. I'm like, this is the same weight, and it's warmer because there's more insulation in there. Somebody be bringing that this summer on my big epic trip on the collegiate loop. And so that's my number 2. And then my number 1, this brand I think is like underrated. This brand does not get talked about that much, and they make a ton of stuff. And I just realized the other day, I'm like, I like everything that I own from them.
Outdoor Vibes.
That's Black Diamond.
Oh, Black Diamond is good. Yeah.
So I have a headlamp that I love.
That's mine too. Yeah.
I have like the trekking poles. I use their carbon fiber trekking poles, and I've used them up. Like over the last few years, I just replaced the tips.
Okay.
And the last thing is I got a Black Diamond rain jacket, and I used that for years.
The blue one?
Yeah.
You like that one still? How long you had that?
Yeah, for a few years. It's good.
Still holding up?
Still holding up, yeah.
Okay.
So
right.
I like all their stuff. That's
Black
mine.
Diamond.
All right.
I like Black Diamond.
Yeah. Okay. The masses, here's what they said. So putting it out there, they liked Outdoor Research. That's a good brand. They also, somebody had REI on their list. Somebody had Enlightened Equipment on their list. A lot of folks, or a few folks, had Z-Packs and Durston gear. Those were the top ones for powering.
Z-Packs are good.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are all good. There's so many companies that are good.
I know. And there were, and I had a hard time getting people to name their least favorite or the worst company for both this and our next category. What was your worst outdoor brand or brands?
It's easy. Camelback. Camelback. Hate it.
That's a great answer.
Stop it.
I'm actually jealous of that answer.
Automatically went to Camelback.
But wait a second. Okay, so they make bladders and packs. I guess that's technically they make 2 things. Okay.
Bladders, packs. Just bleh.
Yeah.
We talked about it.
I mean, they revolutionized things. They were kind of like the OGs with the hydration packs, but then they just haven't done anything like very innovative, in my opinion, in the last decade or 2.
No.
So that's a great answer.
Right.
Okay.
Camelback.
I actually had 2, on my worst were 2 of your best. I had REI and Big
REI?
Agnes.
Oh, for your worst? Really?
Yeah.
Why do you hate Big Day? We have the tent.
I know, and their tent and tents are stinking amazing.
Right.
But if we're talking like consistency with their gear, they're known to have among the worst sleeping pads, like deflation rates, just issues with their sleeping pads. They've come out with packs that I don't know that I haven't seen a good review on any of their packs.
Okay, I'll give you that, but the tent alone should keep it off the worst. The tents are awesome.
Mine was based on consistency. Like if it's, like REI is, like what is REI? Are they entry level? Is that entry level stuff?
No. I would say entry level
one notch
like,
above.
No, I'd say entry level is like Walmart, Target, whatever they have over there, right? But
yeah, maybe
there's some basic stuff at REI that I wouldn't buy, right? But there's been a lot of stuff.
But they make stuff that's not entry level. They make some really good quality stuff.
I know.
Then they make stuff that breaks immediately, and they make stuff like you just said that you wouldn't even buy in the first place. Then they have some prices which are like very budget compared to the high end, and some prices like tent specifically which are not. And so it's very confusing how to buy REI stuff.
I think the thing that makes it easier to buy from them is because you go into the store and you have a billion options, so it kind of balances out, right? Like I picked my sleeping bag. I still have that hyper light, whatever, is a 17-degree bag. Still a great bag. And it was like, compared it to like all the top brands. Like, I don't know. I'm still glad I got that bag. So, and then sleeping mats were good. They never went bad. But then other stuff is just like, well, it's just not that great. But you have but you have a lot of options right in front of your face. I think that's why I'm kind of like, I find myself like, okay, I can kind of count on this. And I know I can also bring it back within a year, major plus. So I know
that part's good.
I think because it's, you can bring it back with ease. It bumps it up for me.
Honorable mention for the worst one, Temu. Just saying.
Temu.
All right. Last one is luxury items. You can get specific with the brand. You don't have to, but just like your top 2 luxury items you bring that you think are worth the wait, whether they're heavy or not that heavy, and then the luxury item that you think is the most terrible that you see people bringing.
Oh yeah, easy. Okay. Why don't you go? You go first.
All right. So number 2 is an overly large, extra large pillow. And for this next trip, I'm going to go on. I'm going to probably bring 2 pillows, to be honest. I just really want good neck support. I've had some neck issues lately, so I want good support. I'm willing to pay the price and wait for the pillow. One that I'm bringing that I just got from Xped is an oversized pillow. I was using like a Trekology once. I'm going to try a new one and see how that works. So that's my number 2. My number 1 is kind of a Captain Obvious, the Helinox Chair Zero. I don't bring it every trip. If I'm going ultralight, it's not coming. But if it's a trip that I think I can manage the extra weight on it, it's coming, and I love it. And that chair specifically, I don't like the REI version. I think that's a terrible backpacking chair.
So are you going to bring it on the big trip or no? July?
I'm bringing it on our next trip. The Chair Zero is coming.
That's April. Are you bringing it in July?
That's the ultralight trip. I'm not bringing it. I'm trying to go sub 20 total pack weight in July.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are good. My number 2 was, are my just pajama pants and slippers, man. Just any brand, any style, like whatever floats your boat. Okay. That is a game changer after a long day. So yes, the downside is it's very bulky to bring fleece pants and slippers. But worth it to me. I think it's a morale booster. It makes me feel warm. And if I'm warm at night, it just changes my whole mood. So, that's for me. And then number 1 is it's still got to be like my ultralight warm sleeping bag, Magma from REI. I know it's kind of ridiculous. It's
not a luxury item. You have to bring a sleeping bag. It's not a luxury item.
No, but I have like 3 sleeping bags. I could bring a smaller sleeping bag. I could bring a thicker sleeping bag that weighs more, but this one just gets it done all the time. It's so consistent. I love it. So that's my favorite sleeping bag. It is what it is, dude.
It's not a luxury item. It's like my tent. Okay. My tent is my favorite luxury item. Like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm bringing my favorite tent.
The luxury comes from the size of it and the warmth of it.
Is it heavier than your other ones? Like, why is it luxurious aside from it just does what it says it does?
Why does luxury have to be heavier, though? That's what you're saying?
I'm trying to figure out why it's luxury over like something that's just simply a required item.
It's luxury because it was expensive.
Okay.
It's also lightweight and it's also really warm.
I think our definitions of luxury item are different, and I think your definition is different from everybody else's out there.
Do you want me to just okay? If you want to mock my Osprey budget, I'll just say my Osprey pack. That should be luxury too.
That's still a
No?
pack.
Is
You
that-
still
is
have to
that
stink
luxury?
and bring a backpack, dude. That's not answering the question. You don't.
I have my old cruddy one.
You
I
did
could do my
so
old cruddy
good on
one.
this
It's
until
like
now.
6 pounds.
So you were like knocking it out of the park until right now.
Oh wow! How do you have friends left? How do you have friends after high school after this? I don't know.
How did you ever get questions right on tests? Is my question.
Guys, thank you for responding to my email to everybody I sent out to like 200,000 people to just be Carl's friend. So thank you guys, I appreciate it.
Okay. Wait. Let's go to worst. Worst. I gotta go to worst.
My worst one.
No, I
my
gotta go to
one's
worst. It
great.
relates to what your best ones are.
Okay, go. Okay, you go.
Worst luxury items by far are Derek's pajama pants and slippers.
That's so stupid. You were doing so great till now. You're doing so great. Yeah. It's like you mock me or something, and then you do the same thing.
No, that's my worst. That's on your best list. That's literally.
You can't think of a lousy luxury item. Easy.
Okay, go ahead.
Easy.
Go ahead.
Hanging tent lights. There's so many people. Every time somebody's like, "I got this new hanging tent light,"
Good comeback.
like,
Good comeback.
they're just so dumb.
That's a
like,
great
just hang
answer.
a headlamp. Just hang up a headlamp
great
and call
answer.
it a night. You know,
Lanterns, candle
You know
lanterns,
I'm
all that
right.
stuff. That's a great answer. Okay.
it's such a waste.
I will. Okay. To your credit, I'm gonna bring some pajama pants on the next backpacking trip. So
I would love to see that.
I'm gonna see if maybe I'm missing out. Maybe I'm missing out.
Slippers? We're going slippers?
That's too
No?
too far.
Too much.
Yeah. All right. Everybody else, they had the pillow on their list of luxury items, but the number one luxury answer, more than anything else, was the cork massage ball.
That's luxury? That weighs like...
Yeah, because you don't have to have that, and it's extra weight. And
Some people might think they have to have it if they have foot issues, and that weighs like less than an ounce. Right?
Some of them do, but some of the big ones actually weigh a few ounces.
I don't know about that.
It's a luxury item. It's not an essential. It's not an essential.
Exactly.
It's not a sleeping bag.
Okay.
It's not a backpack.
Okay.
We'll do an episode on what is a luxury item, and then we'll define it for Derek, and hopefully he'll figure it out.
No. You could bring a regular Junko sleeping bag, but then you know what? I'm going to step it up and bring a more luxurious sleeping bag because I want to feel a certain way.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Those are our power rankings, folks. We told you what everybody else said, and now it's time for power trivia coming up right after this.
Oh.
The trail is calling your name. Are you ready? Are you really ready? Our good friend Rowan from Summit Strength can get you trail ready. Rowan uses rock-solid evidence to design a specialized training program just for you. There are plenty of cookie-cutter programs out there that will get you only halfway up the mountain. Make it to your adventure summit with Summit Strength. The link to your success is always in our episode description, but you can check out all the information you need at summitstrength.com.au/online. It's time to be strong and pain-free for your next adventure. Power trivia. I got 3 questions.
Here we go.
2 of them
All
are
right.
multiple choice, and the other one I think is easy.
Oh,
So let's see how you do.
This would be like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. What are we talking
It
about?
is now. Yeah. Number 1. Actually, only one of them is multiple choice as I'm reading this. Can you name 2 of the top 10 states with the most wind turbines? 2 of the top 10. You get 2 guesses.
2 of the top 10 states?
Yeah, top 10.
There's 10 states with turbines.
10 states that have the most, the top 10. There's more than 10 that have turbines, obviously.
Okay, wind turbine. So like the windmills and all that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I know California. Is this multiple choice or just I gotta just know?
No, you gotta tell me 2.
Well, I know. Oh, jeez. I mean, I know California has some. I don't know how many they have, but like, I live by Palm Springs. They have a bunch. I don't know how many that is though. That's the only problem. Okay, let me think here. Where in the U.S. it's windy? Maybe like
It's not just windy, but it has to have like, I'll give you a hint, like good land size and population so that they would actually use the electricity.
I'm gonna go Texas because of the size. Yeah.
Okay, Texas is the number 1 answer. They have the most.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, and then I'm gonna say, what's windy? I'm trying to think of windy. Maybe like East Coast.
It has to have
Maybe
a
like-
population too, just to need the electricity, of course.
It's like I want to say like New York, right? They have the population, but where would they put the wind turbines? They have wind turbines out like the Hamptons out there. Where do they put these things? I mean,
New York is known for it's a super windy state. They call it the windy state.
I'm gonna go Illinois. Then I'll go
Illinois is
Chicago.
correct, and so is California, by the way. Iowa, Oregon, Colorado, Oklahoma, Kansas, Minnesota, and North Dakota.
Well, where was California on the list?
I think it was like 2 or 3. It's up there.
Really?
Yeah.
It was up there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot.
Number 2, some cars run on biofuels such as A, vegetable oil, B, recycled paper, C, urea from urine, or D, this is a trick question because Mr. Fusion can use any matter as fuel.
You said Mr. Fusion? What'd you say?
Yeah, you're not familiar with Mr. Fusion?
What is this question? What are you talking about?
Some cars can run on biofuels such as...
And I have to pick... Okay, so we have vegetable oil. We have...
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Okay, give me the other ones again. These are ridiculous.
Recycled paper, urea,
P. Okay.
Mr. Fusion.
And then what was the fourth one? Just 3. We got 3. What was it? Mr. Fusion. This is the dumbest question you've ever had. Times up.
It's not very nice.
Well, I'm just being honest with you. I want to...
This is like super easy, super easy.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah, they've done so many shows, and they've mentioned this so many times on the news, and for years.
I mean, I want to say... I'm going to say vegetable oil.
Vegetable oil is obviously correct.
Okay.
Recycled paper, like you're shoving paper into a car, like
I
really?
didn't-
Or peeing into a car, like that. You're considering those as options.
I'm trying to... it wasn't those. It was your Mr. Bio... What was your...
Mr. Fusion's from Back to the Future, buddy, where he's like throwing all sorts of junk into the car and it's working.
I was like, what is he talking about? I couldn't figure it out.
Be positive. Number 3, to pass trivia. Actually, you already passed trivia. So
Yeah.
number 3, just for fun, name 2 people or creatures, they could be real or fictional, who got powers from being struck by lightning.
The Flash.
Correct.
Who got powers from being struck by lightning? Creatures?
Or people.
Or people?
Yeah.
They got... no, Thor's the god of thunder and light. I'm going to say people or creatures. I don't know. I have no idea.
Incorrect.
Give me another one.
I had He-Man,
Oh, the sword. Got it.
Godzilla,
Oh,
Frankenstein.
Wait, it's
And-
not lightning though, is it? Is it radioactive? Isn't it radioactive stuff?
I think there's multiple Godzilla storylines there.
No, because he like shoots his radioactive up into the sky. He doesn't get hit by lightning.
Hey, fun fact,
Incorrect.
Derek is a Godzilla expert. Did not know that about you.
Fun fact: Carl did not do enough research on
did.
that question.
There's like 10 different Flashes. Apparently, all of them got struck by lightning, but there's lots of different storylines for all these folks, including
I think you made that up.
Frankenstein. And somebody tried to make the case for Benjamin Franklin. You got knowledge.
Stop it! Stop it! Where's
Okay.
okay? All right.
I would have accepted
Fine.
that answer.
I'll take a pass either way. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Thank you.
It's pretty crazy. Like, you could get hurt or you could die by getting struck by lightning, or you could have superpowers. So it seems like there's like a 1 in 3 chance of success there. Is that a good ratio?
I was reading a fact where there's like an 80 or 90% chance of surviving a lightning strike.
And then of the 90%, what percent get powers?
89.
Okay. So
But I did hear that men have a higher chance of surviving it than ladies
interesting.
for whatever reason. I don't know why.
What about men who wear Lululemon clothing? Same percent?
100% survival
100%.
rate.
Gotcha.
100%. Because they're secure.
If it was truly 89%, you get struck by lightning, you get a superpower, would you take that risk?
Yeah, I would be out in the storm with a metal rod.
Okay.
I would storm chase. Sword? Rod?
I got one tidbit to close things out. This is the item
Do
that
it.
you refused to review,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
and it is this battery pack. You must already have a battery pack for the next backpacking trip, but this is called Nest Out, and it looks kind of like a canteen. Every new piece of gear has to have some sort of like new thing to it, and so this one, I don't know that I bring this backpacking, but if you want to have just on hand, this comes with like, you can buy like tripod attachments. It has a light attachment to it. So it can be used like a flashlight. They have just like various attachments to it. Pretty cool. But really what's different about this one is, and I learned this from their company, they say that if your regular like Anchor battery packs, if you drop them on a hard surface like a rock or just something hard, that can literally like break the battery. So they're not hardy essentially. And that's what these are. So if you're clumsy, I wish I could say like Derek, but really I'm the clumsy guy. If you're clumsy like me and you have the potential to break something, or you're just, like shuffling through gear in your pack and things are flying everywhere, this might be a solution. They come in different sizes. This Canteen looking one it's like the 5,000, and then it's got the different plugins, the USB and the.
Do they have like a higher ampage on that? Do they have like a 10 or?
Yeah, they got all the different amp ones. Yeah.
Okay.
So the ones those look like full size not like full size canteens, but they just like look like a full canteen but miniature version. So it's kind of cool. Yeah. So in terms of weight, they're probably not going to be competitive with the ultralight battery models out there, but they're going to be more hardy. So it just depends on what you're after. If you have kids with you who are using them, for example, or people like me who are going to break them, might be worth an investment. Nest Out is the brand. I'll have a link.
Probably really good for like camping though. Car camping or something like that.
Oh yeah.
But
wait, are you regretting me not sending this to you?
No. I don't really car camp. That's okay.
All right, man. That's all I got.
That is all I got. Guys, thanks again. Send us your power rankings if you want. Send us comments, troll us, whatever. We'll take it all. It's always good. Guys, thanks again for hanging out with us. If you want to power rank your friends, just know that Carl just cracked my top 1,000. We will see you next time.
Yes.
I want to fly around the world.
Yeah, there's an item that top of my list, top power beyond power ranked. I'm going to start bringing it on every trip for Carl because I know he wants it, but he never talks about it. And I'm just going to put it in his hat. And it's just a custom toupee. I'm going to bring him a custom toupee.
When your company earns unlimited 2% cash back on all purchases with Capital One, that's serious business. So Steven at SandCloud got a serious business card, the Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One.
We used our 2% cash back to help build our retail presence.
Savvy, Steven.
And we get big purchasing power, so our business can spend more and earn more.
The Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms and conditions apply. Find out more at CapitalOne.com/SparkCashPlus.